Welcome back. It's your boy. So, there's very little I feel like for me to talk about Manchester United because we are in a time where we're not going to be playing very often. So, it feels kind of crazy that I can come out here and just make videos for no reason, but I have seen some stuff that has made me kind of want to make a video because I got on today and I just started watching, like looking at YouTube, and the major United fan channels are still are being so negative right now. Like there's Amarim out, is Amarim. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? What are these channels doing? Like what is going on right now? I could understand that maybe as a fan, just because you want your team to win, I guess, every game, you can't differentiate like what you want to do for work for the team or being a fan. For me, it's like, as a fan, I want to win every single game. When they lose, it hurts. When they don't play well, it hurts even more. The team being bad hurts. People talking smack hurts. Obviously, it hurts, right, as a fan. But when I come on here to talk about Man United, I want to do it, yes, from a fan's perspective, but from a fan that's really actually looking at everything and not allowing anybody in the media to dictate how I feel about the team, what I'm seeing personally. I feel like I have a better understanding and view of our football club than those fan channels. It's unbelievable the negativity that's around this team right now, especially from them. Why are you still putting titles up about Amarim out? It's like, if you're doing it for clicks, man, that just proves that you don't have enough as a person or as a team to have people watch. If you're just doing like titles for clicks, it's literally because you don't believe that you can say anything good enough for people to come in and watch. I personally think I do. I just will never probably hit the light of day. I don't care, honestly, but I'm still going to make the videos because if I somehow get to that point, I would like to be different than these channels, and I will continue to be. I will never change just because of views or whatever, or trying to get views, because money for me isn't the only thing that matters. I do this stuff more for just having a good time and trying to not be the same narrative as all these other channels. I just want to come at it from a logical view, from a view of somebody who believes that they know football, that they can see what's going on the pitch and understand it better than most. So that's all I'm doing, is trying to not be this negative media attention channel. I would like to be here with all of you in the comments, going back and forth, just having healthy conversations about the stuff that's happening, because these channels are just horrendous. I saw one did Amarim kind of keep his job for now? Like, what are we doing? Why are we talking about this stuff and adding to what the media is doing, right? You're only doing that stuff for clicks, because at this point you shouldn't even be talking about Amarim and wanting him out, because in truth, we just went through a 5-game period, which was the hardest. Everybody said it was going to be the hardest 5-game period, and we were 2-1-2, and in those 5 games, it wasn't like we got dominated or we didn't play well or any of that. Our stats from those 5 games back up the eye test. Were there periods of time during games when we didn't look as good? Yeah, I mean, what do you expect from this team right now? This is the logical part of what I want to bring that is just unbelievable to me. What do you really expect from this team? That they're gonna play a perfect 90 minutes of football every game, even one game, even 2 games? What are we talking about? This team isn't even fully built. We're still clearly missing pieces in our team, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows we don't have number one goalkeeper right now. We don't have a clear center defensive like stud midfielder. We don't have any of that. That means that we're gonna struggle at points during matches. Like, what are we talking about? Like, are you guys like real? What team dominates 100% of the match regardless, all 90 minutes? There's always times in matches where a team has opportunities where they might dominate for 5 minutes at a time and get a chance. It is football. Like, this shit is not like something where a team has 100% possession, all the shots in the game. Like, what are we talking about? Just like realistically, for fuck's sake, think about something, man. You come out here on to the views of people, to give people, like, I guess, thoughts, or say what you want, and you don't even think about anything, bro. You go on here and you're backing, like, you're like, yeah, look at these great numbers, but no, we suck, or look at the results, negative, bro. We just played 3 of the best teams in the Premier League 5 games into the season. I can't remember the last time that we played 3 of the best teams in the Premier League. And I'm not talking about like, oh, maybe like last year's Aston Villa or something like that. Big clubs that are really playing well right now, that have a lot of talent at the moment. Those 3 teams we played against. And then we played a team in Fulham that honestly is one of those mid-table teams that could give you a game every single time. Like, if you don't believe that, then whatever. They could do that to anybody, bro. And then Burnley and Liverpool were tied 0-0 until a 90-something minute, and they were up a man. And people complain about us being Burnley in a 90-whatever minute penalty from Bruno, 3-2. When Liverpool won 1-0 on a 95th minute penalty from Mo Salah after being up a man and from the whatever minute. Like, for real, like, are we surreal? Like, do you not take into account anything else except results and the negativity from the media? It's ridiculous. We've played much better football than we did last season. We could have gotten results in 4 out of the 5 games. The City game, even, I thought if we didn't make the mistake to concede that second goal, we could have gotten something out of that game, because we weren't getting dominated as bad as the score looked against City. That result ended up being worse than what the game honestly was, because there were times during that game when we should have scored and could have scored, because we had a 1.65 expected goal against City. We missed 2 big chances against City, right? Donnarumma had a fantastic save on a shot, right? We were not as bad against City as like the score makes it out to be, and as the media and these channels, I feel like, made it out to be. So we weren't bad against Arsenal. We weren't as bad against City, and we clearly played well against Chelsea. Even as what people say, oh, they got lucky because of the red card. There was no luck involved in any of that. So why are the channels continuously being negative and continuing the same stuff as the media? You guys are being like, you see what the media says and you try to be like, no, I don't want to be as negative, but you continue to be negative. It's crazy. Our team is actually playing pretty well. We have a brand new front 3 that is gelling right now, but when they gel, just based off of the chances created that we're doing, it's going to lead to goals. So we are bottom 5 teams in the league in shots towards our goal, shots given up, but we are allowing 50% of those goals to go in. But we are top 5 in the league in creating chances, shots on goal, goal expectancy. Against 3 of the best teams in the league, and one of the 5th hardest, in one of the hardest 5-game stretches ever, we came out with amazing stats. So the stats backed up the fact that we played better. And you guys are still complaining and crying and making it seem as if we're some kind of build team that should be like demanding results. Like you're demanding results from a team that isn't even 1 year into a rebuild from a new manager. Can you just like sit back if you see this and just think that you're demanding results from a team that isn't even 1 year into a new manager here? Because Amarim took over November 11th, I believe. We're in September. It's not even a year. and you're like demanding results after he took over a shit show, after he took over a team that had very little like experience and not enough talent, and already within 1 year has them playing better and has more talent in the building. What are you complaining about? What are we doing here? He was not here the full year last year. He did not have preseason. Preseason is extremely important. You saw the toxicity that he came into last season, and you saw what the preseason looked like this season. So imagine if you would have had that coming in before he had all of those games that he came into. Instead of taking over a locker room with Rashford that walked around like he was the most depressed person in the world, like that he came into was not something that was pleasant. So he comes into that, yeah, he's gonna freaking struggle from that moment on, especially when you're trying to completely change everything. He wasn't just trying to improve the play of the team. Like it wasn't like he came in here as a manager with a team that was already pre-built, that should have been doing so much better, that like all of this stuff, he didn't come into that. He came into a team with a leading front three of Ahmad, Garnacho, and Højlund. All 22 or younger, with no experience, with no like background of like goal scoring or nothing. And we went from literally that to something that clearly is better, with at least some kind of history of goal scoring and being able to play at the highest level. Like at least we have that now. We didn't have that even when he got here 8 months ago, 9 months ago, whatever it is, 10 months ago. He's done just that in 10 months. You saw what it looked like in preseason, how much better it looked. You've seen how much better the football looks. In preseason, we scored goals when the players were here when he took over originally. We've gotten into a little funk since a brand new three has started up front, which makes sense because they don't have the experience together or the amount of time to be able to just score goals in the Premier League at will. Like, it's not that easy, man. You don't just like plug players in, throw them in, and be like, score goals. It's not that easy, man. Especially not when the team wasn't at a peak or at a high level. Like, you take like that Salah, Gakpo, and Lucho away from Liverpool, right? You take those guys, and then you put Ekitike, freaking Isak, and somebody else. They're still gonna score goals because the base and the other parts aren't really that different. Like, that middle part of their field isn't really that different. They just added one extra player in Verts that like is playing in that area. It'd be a little bit easier for them to score. Our whole team has basically been newish. Like, yes, Luke's been here forever, but he was hurt pretty much the whole time Amram was here. De Ligt was switching in and out with Euro, Maguire, and all of last season. Same thing with Euro. Euro was hurt at the beginning of the year, got hurt a little bit towards the end, was in and out, all of that. So it wasn't like, oh, this is like the established back three that played for 6 months under Amram and is now like playing again to the start of the season. No, it's literally brand new pretty much. Luke Shaw, Euro, and De Ligt didn't really play. They probably didn't play 15 games last season together. So there's gonna be some miscommunication, some misplaying, because they don't have the time playing together. Ahmad is starting at right wing back constantly, and you could see just from the switch of Masraoui to Ahmad how that position has changed. You've seen the difference between Lenny and De Ligt at that right center back position with the experience that De Ligt has, right? Lenny literally hasn't even started one full year in the Premier League. He started one season, I believe, in the French league. Maybe started. I don't know if he played every single game the season before last, before coming here. But you're talking about an extremely young center back. That City game proved that, unfortunately, he's just a little inexperienced to be our starter and demand results. That's the problem that Amram has, is that now, somehow, 1 year, not even a year into a rebuild, the demand for results at United is ridiculous. That's why these fan pages need to, like, look at themselves in the mirror, man. You're allowing the media to dictate what you say, and it just disgusting, bro. You were allowed to go to Manchester United's preseason, bro. You should have been able to see like the difference between what that culture looked like from whatever has been here since Oli, because Oli was probably the last time that at least the players wanted to be like around each other and play for each other and this team. Like that's the last time. So yeah, man, like you should have at least seen the culture change. Okay, then you could ask yourself, okay, what have we been doing in this really tough 5 game stretch? Okay, let's look at the stats. Okay, we've taken a lot of shots on goal. Okay, our expected goals is high. Okay, that's really good. We're in the opponent's box, taking touches, all that stuff. Great. Okay, midfield, box to box, we've been doing pretty solidly. Okay, that's good. Defense, we've given up some goals, obviously, but like it's been okay. Okay, that's an improvement from what we saw last season, where everything was kind of like, you didn't really. You were like, man, all of it kind of is rough right now. At least now you're like, okay, we're doing that. Okay, why haven't we scored goals then? Like we're taking shots and stuff. Who's been playing? Mason Mount, Cunha, and Bomo. Okay. Sesko. Okay. Man, they didn't really play here last season. I mean, we all know Mason was pretty much hurt the whole time he was here up until until Amarim, like until the end of last season, and now like he did pick up that thing, but he only missed like a week or whatever, so it's not really a big thing. So yeah, like all 3 of them are brand new. They've never played together, and the timing of when they came in is even like should even be like, okay, I understand why we might not be scoring at the moment, why the results were what they were. Like just think, man, I'm not trying to make excuses, just think. We were playing better. So if you didn't watch those games and think to yourself, wow, like we're starting to look like a team and we are dangerous. Okay, okay, like that's exciting. And you don't go, man, once Cunha and Bomo and Sesko have like 20 games together under their belt, can you imagine how much better this is gonna look when they know where each other's gonna be, how they play? Man, and we're already doing this stuff without them being at that level. Can't this get even better? Can't this look even better? That's amazing. Can't our back defense gel a little bit better now? Did we not get a young goalkeeper that is gonna make like push both goalkeepers to be the best? Like, can he take over? That's a fantastic thing to look forward to this season. Can that young kid, only having 1 year in his belt as a top league goalkeeper, can he take over? Isn't that freaking exciting? For me, like everything I'm looking at, I'm excited about because this team is building towards something finally. Before it was like everyone's like, oh, we'll put up before. This isn't anything like before. When's the last time a manager said, this is how I'm playing, this is what I want, and it's gonna be like this? When's the last time? Fergie, bro. Like, Oli was tough, but I think he was a little too nice. Amarim is not, bro. Like, I think the way that Oli handles certain things with certain players was a little too soft, and I loved everything else about Oli, but I do believe that he was a little too soft, like just a little too soft. If he could have been a little bit more ruthless, I think he would still have been a Manchester United like manager. Like if he could have demanded like to get backed for real, like to like get the backing of the board for real, to get the players that he actually needed, like really, he would still be here because he loved the club. We were playing like fun, good football with him. Like we were scoring plenty of goals. It was good to watch, and we were finishing second, third with possibilities of winning trophies. Like he was getting us there. I didn't mind anything that Oli did. And now we have a manager again who is passionate about this club, who is extremely smart, who has an idea, who you've seen clearly that the idea can work and has worked. How do you not believe it could continue to work? Like if it's so easy for teams to stop us, why are we top 5 in chance created? Why are we top 5 in shots taken? Why are we top 5 in touches inside the box? Why are we in these like major like attacking statistics against the best clubs in the world? And we played 3 of the best 5 teams in the league, and we are still at the top in all of these major statistical categories. How do you think we're playing poorly? You know what I mean? Like, how can you be at these statistical like peaks and stuff, and be bad and be playing poorly, and the manager be doing this like really poor job? What are we doing, bro? What are like? Do you guys not? You guys, I feel like I must be some type of genius, because there's just no way that I can see this as clear as day, and these guys who have all of these like followers and shit can't see nothing, bro. Like, there's just no way in my head that this is like for real. I just needed to rant because these guys are just annoying, man. Like, I just needed to rant and just show like that it's really not that bad. Try to show that positivity to, so that you guys, if you see this, can at least be like, yo, he has some points. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and be like, yo, Amarim is perfect, or he shouldn't have gotten a few more results. I understand, man, but to that same point, if the players finished half of the chances that they've missed so far this season, we are probably in second, third place. Like, it's not just all on him, and it's not also all on our players. Like, they're building what needs to be built, and what that entails is struggle. Like, you don't build something amazing without struggling, bro. Especially when you were already down. Like, we weren't a Liverpool team like that Slot took over, that had won the Premier League, finished second, third, and third, or second, and third, or second, third, and second, something like that. Amarim didn't take over this team, bro. He took over a team that hasn't won a league in almost 10 years or whatever. Went from 8th to 12th. Had no real talent on the team. Like, Bruno, who on that team? Like, I mean, obviously the lid. Like, he took over a team that had some players, but there was no system, there was no style, there was no culture, there was nothing. So he literally had to come here and build everything from the ground up, and not even build from the ground up. He had to destroy it first and then build it from the ground up. Do you understand that? Like, just think about how hard that is to come in, destroy what's been here, and build everything from the ground up with 90% of the players that were here before you. It's tough. It's hard. It's hard to come in, change everything, and have everybody follow you, and then like be demanded to win games. So for me, when people are throwing results at me, I can understand, man. I can understand why results matter to you. I do, because it's Manchester United. Results should matter. But we're nowhere near the point of having a good enough team at the moment to demand results from a manager. Once this season is over, I will be able to demand, because now he's been here a year and a half. He would have had 2 major summer transfer windows, and he does have talent. So if he gets the rest of the players he needs, if we get Baleba, let's say, in the summer, another midfielder just to have in that group, like defensive wise, that could back up Baleba, and you add like a wing back and a center back next season, and maybe like a keeper, if Lamens hasn't shown up, let's say, and taken the spot, because he's still an extremely young keeper. Like, I can still see him making some mistakes, where if you go out and get like a Dibu Martinez, this is the reason why I think they wanted both. I think they wanted Martinez because he's a little bit on the older side, so you would probably only want him at the team another year, or tops 2, right? At that point, Lamens is 26. Mad experience under his belt, 2-3 years of backup experience under Martinez, and now it's his team. And as a 26-year-old keeper, that could be your team for 15 years. We're asking a 23-year-old kid right now might just not be ready to go from the league that he was at to this league and be the number 1, and that should be okay with fans. He's still a young player, and specifically at his position, a young player, like, with inexperience. He'll grow and get better. But that's most likely what we wanted. So imagine that. Now I can demand results, because now at that point, you're only really integrating a goalkeeper and a midfielder into the starting 11. Because going into next season, our starting 11 is most likely going to look very close to the same as what it ends, right? Unless Bruno is sold somehow, and yeah, I mean that's really and that's it, right? Like Baleba would go into the midfield, and what we have right now would probably still be there, right? Like Dorgu's still probably gonna be our left wing back. Um, De Ligt is most likely gonna be in that center back. Euro is by next year will most likely take over that position because you'll have a little more experience. So, like now you're integrating just one player instead of three, right? Because right now you're integrating Cunha and Bomo, Sesko, and even to a degree Mount because he only played like 1 month really. So it's like you're still integrating. You have Ahmad who was starting at right wing back who hadn't started at right wing back really. Like, so it's just there's reasons why we're not like this built team ready to go and demand results. So it's ridiculous that these channels are just like feeding into what the media want. Honestly, the media has to be able to see that United is building because the same thing that they did with Oli, they're doing right now. I didn't hear this disgustingness towards Eric Ten Hag at all. Like I didn't see this like the man like this crazy negativity towards Eric Ten Hag, bro. I would go on YouTube and there was nobody really talking about him, bro. Like here and there, yeah, they would talk about it, and then after the FA Cup, nothing, right? But bro, he sucked. He had no tactic. We didn't play good under Eric Ten Hag at all, ever. I would fall asleep watching us play with it, like when he was here, and there was no peep. But all he was here, we were finishing second and third, and here they come with the PE teacher stuff. Oh no, he's a PE teacher, and they drove that so far that they literally made some people believe that. They literally made people believe that Oli was such a bad manager that he was a PE teacher that was finishing second and third in the Premier League. What? With managers like Klopp, Guardiola, like what, bro? He's a PE teacher, dog. That's the most intelligent fucking PE teacher that knows how to play football, then, bro. Because there's no way that you do that. There's no way you go on a 27 game unbeaten streak and you sit there and you tell me that manager didn't have any tactics or that he was a bad manager. Like, bro, get the fuck out of my face, bro. Like, you can't even try to tell me that. So look at how negative they are and how they try to portray our managers when they think that we might have something, bro. Just look at it, man. Just think about it. They know, man. Everybody that's in the media, dog, that isn't a Manchester United pundit has hated Manchester United for the last 20 years, dog. Like 20 out of the last 30 years, they've hated us, bro. Why do you think they don't want us to have anything good? Just think about it. They hate us, bro. If they like football, if they love football and they love a team, because they all do, bro. We all have our favorite team. If you are football pundit, there's not a chance in the world that you don't have a favorite team. And Manchester United dominated your favorite team for 20 years. That's why you guys don't want us to ever have something nice, bro. I get it. But like, man, you guys are just like crybabies, bro. It's all good though. It's all good, man. We will be back. But like our fan channels, dog, have some decency, bro. Like, fuck off, man. You guys are being ridiculous. Apart from that, bro, this Brentford game that's coming up, I'm extremely excited about it, bro. I'm extremely excited about this game. Let's fucking go, bro. I feel like we're gonna wax them, dog. I feel like we're gonna wax them. Let's go. Everybody have a great day, bro. Even those channels, man. But clean it up. Get it together.